Sunil, malls, restaurants, hotels, places of worship opening up, many heaving a sigh of relief. We've had our first reaction coming in, from shop owners, from associations, from hoteliers. They welcome this order, but it is going to be fraught with its set of challenges. Sanitization, the new rules and regulations of social distancing. And it's interesting because all of this Unlock 1.0 is only applicable till the 30th of June. So clearly the government is going to see how this works out and then determine its future course of action.
That's right, Rishika. As I was pointing out earlier, the marked difference this time round is a retraction from the center. If you see from when it started over 60 days ago, the decision was to impose it. It was a decision that there will be no movement, nothing at all. Now they have finally understood that it's impossible to track, impossible to continue this lockdown. It's having a huge impact on economic activity. It's not going to be able for people, for state governments to sustain, for businesses to continue. And that is why they're now calling it Unlock 1 or whatever you pointed, or Lockdown 5.0 as it's being put out. Technically, there is a lockdown. The National Disaster Management Act continues to be operating. But in reality, what does it mean? Everything is opened up except in containment zones. You can't hold religious congregation functions and others. That will be dependent on the assessment of the situation, including the MHA's decision to open air travel or metro rail and cinema halls, as you were pointing out. But otherwise, by and large, it means business as usual. You can continue with your work. But yes, as you pointed out correctly, it's a new normal. It's a normal in which everybody has to take precaution. For school-going children, for those who are going to colleges, a decision will be taken in July. But by and large, I think everybody needs to understand that preventive measures need to be taken, social distancing needs to carry on. But I think they've shifted the focus now, finally, back to state chief ministers instead of a top-down approach, which everybody now acknowledges has miserably failed.
Sunil, also, very important, the implications of Unlock 1.0. It is imperative to restart, to kickstart the economy. We've seen how bleak the projections have been. So, in a certain sense, many would say that the government wasn't left with much other option than to gradually open up the economy, to gradually reopen and lift restrictions, even though we're doing this on a day when India has seen more than 8,000 cases.
Very good point, Rishika. And in fact, that's exactly the big dilemma for the government. One is economic activity, and the other, of course, is a public health emergency. And I think they've understood that both economic activity as well as public health emergency have to be weighed in balance. And they've understood that after 2 months, those steps, COVID is not going to go away. Cases are going to go up. There's definitely certain action that needs to be taken. Prevention needs to be taken, but definitely it's time to get back, as I said, to business, to ensure that those who can actually survive, and that's the critical aspect for them. The businesses, economic activity has to start. As you rightly pointed out, 3.1 showed 3.1 was the GDP numbers after just in the last quarter. So there has been a downslide in the economy. And the finance ministry and others understand that with 2 months lockdown, that is the whole of April and virtually half of May, the entire May, in fact, to be very honest, it's going to be extremely difficult to see those GDP have some magic figures in the first quarter of this financial year. So I think everybody understands the situation is going from bad to worse. They don't want to monetize They don't want to monetize the fiscal deficit.
Right.
So that's the reason why they need to start acting fast.